Yeah, how's it going? Today is 27th of November, Wednesday, and we're gonna be taking a look at the market and what's happening up there. In today's video, we would be taking a look at Lithuania and Europe more than UK, right? First article, we're gonna be taking a look at something that happened recently. I believe it's something that happened yesterday. That would be a plane crash. It's just that Lithuania owned Via Solutions Group ordered 80 new planes from Boeing. Entire contract would be 40, right? So that would be has agreed on confirmed order of 40 aircraft and a right of first refusal for a further 40, so in total 80. Schedule for 2030. And once that been said, there's latest Boeing plane crashed. One crew member has left, right? But it's not not longer perhaps unalive. So I don't know what would be the best way to cover all the details without triggering any algorithms up there, right? And three other injured then DHL aircraft crashed while landing in Vilnius on Monday morning. Several media outlets had revealed videos that claimed to be a plane crashed into a residential area in Vilnius, Lithuania. At last, one of the plane's crew unalived themselves in the incident. That is the Boeing 737-400 cargo aircraft, right? Which is terrible news, by the way, right? As well as additional contracts, as well as we can take a look at Spanish and German officials to investigate cargo plane crash in the Lithuania ministry. Officials from Spain and Germany are coming to Lithuania to investigate the case of the cargo plane crash in Vilnius, said let's keep names head of the Justice Ministry Transport Accident and Incident Investigation Division. Terrible. There's so many other contracts available up there. I don't know. It's just because of everything what's happening with, in particular, Boeing planes, and they still looking to acquire a number of those, right? As well as that will be acquiring parts of those planes, training people on standards, how to operate those planes, all these kind of things, and they still want to do business with Boeing. That's kind of debatable, right? We can take a look at an example of the contract that would be potentially Airbus, and most likely that would be French company, right? Pioneering make in India in aerospace with Airbus C295. That would be Airbus and or Tata have built a complete industrial ecosystem around C295 program in India, the first aircraft manufacturing contract with the private sector in the country. Way better, and those planes potentially would be manufactured in India. Perhaps there's a number of units that would be manufactured most likely in Europe, perhaps up to 20. And from that point, from those 20 units, most of those units would be manufactured in India. Way better contract. And I don't know what other people are doing with that and signing different contracts, right? Next article that Lithuania will need five small nuclear reactors, and it's something that was announced by Minister. Something that was announced today. So we can take a look at this article. That Lithuania will need five small nuclear reactors to have a reliable electricity supply, says the Energy Minister after signing an agreement with the United States on exchanging information about developing technology. I haven't read this article, so we can perhaps read it together and let's try to understand it. For the systems to offer the best price for consumers, both businesses and all households, we need 1.5 gigawatt small modular reactors by 2040. If we assume that the average reactor has a power of about 300 megawatts, we will need five acting energy minister, let's give names, told to these broadcasters. So potentially five based on the time frame. I would say it's a lot faster if possible, right, within the next 6 years. But it might be a lot to ask, but not necessarily, right? There might be some names. Let's skip those. Making some announcements. And there's a program. It's called to cooperate in implementation of the civilian nuclear program. Ministry of Energy said on Wednesday morning. According to Ministry, the United States will share with Lithuania its experience in the development of next generation nuclear energy, as well as prepare a business model, analysis, and development feasibility assessments for the fourth generation of small modular reactors. Fourth, it's reasonable when it comes to nuclear fuel and how effective and efficient fourth generation can be compared to 3.5. Fourth is way better. Well, I don't know the timing, right? Many director concrete steps have already been foreseen, such as the creation of the joint working group. The American side will provide us with a fairly extensive report on how this energy sector is developing. I always take a look at some of these developments. Most likely, initial design was made 70 years ago. So this is how old some of this technology can be. 70. If it's 70 years old, well, perhaps the. But again, there's a lot of risk perhaps involved when it comes to nuclear, right? Small nuclear reactors will be flexible and able to produce varying amount of electricity, he said. So they will boost production when wind and or solar generation slows down. For example, on wind less and or cloudless days. Okay, okay. So potentially working 100% all the time compared to wind and or. But there's perhaps wave energy, all this kind of alternatives as well, right? Hydro energy is quote unquote. Anyway, however, Lithuania does not want to be among the first countries to use this technology, he said. Okay, okay. Well, I don't know, I don't know. The updated National Energy Independence Strategy 2050, approved by Parliament and the end of June, foresees the possibility of developing low power nuclear reactors in Lithuania after 2030. Okay, okay. Saying you don't want to be the first. I believe that a lot of governments already using them, so it's not perhaps publicly available information, and perhaps unless it's completely new technology. So perhaps he's referring to completely new technology, and he in this instance don't want to use completely new, but overall technology there's no way it's new, right? These new generations reactors had not yet been built anywhere in the world. New generation, so fourth generation. Okay, okay. There might be a lot of modifications, and I don't know. I don't know. I think that there was announcement in Australia's parliament. There was announcement, and there was a person who have built 9 nuclear power reactors in United Kingdom. So he was making a statement in Australia's parliament about 2 weeks ago or so, and they were discussing about fourth generation nuclear reactor, and they said that nobody wants to be a first. But fourth, perhaps not the small modular reactors, but fourth generation modular reactors. Someone is currently testing the list about people who are interested. They can find this information. It's a half an hour statement given in Australia, right? But perhaps they're discussing a particular model of reactors, so perhaps there might be some difference, but they were talking about fourth generation, right? The Ministry of Energy is expected to prepare a final report of feasibility of building small modular reactors in Lithuania in 2028. According to this name, Lithuania may need them in the future as it plans to high electricity consumption and energy self-sufficiency, right? Which will be very important. And let's progress and let's touch on the last article. It's something that we were taking a look at yesterday, that would be employment opportunities, and it was highlighted yesterday when it comes to creating those opportunities for next generation. And a couple of times was mentioned the reinforced youth guarantee, but I believe it might be something that was implemented in Europe already, so we can briefly touch on what's happening in Europe, right? Actually, what is a reinforced youth guarantee? Let's try to understand it. The reinforced EU guarantee is a commitment by all member states to ensure that all of their young people under the age of 30 receives a good quality offer of employment, continuous education, apprenticeship, and traineeship with a period of 4 months of becoming unemployed or leaving education. All EU countries have committed to the implementation of the reinforced EU guarantee in Council recommendation of October 2020, so some time ago, right? The recommendation is based on Commission proposal part of the Youth Employment Support Package. Perhaps we can touch on a couple other points and we can close today's video on that. What has been achieved so far? The EU guarantee has created opportunities for young people and all acted as a powerful driver for structural reforms and innovation. As a result, the majority of the public employment services have improved the expected services for young people, extended the services for young people in about 7 years time. There's about okay, was a lot of things happening back then. We can't say some of the words right. This video would be highlighted. Right? There were approximately 1.7 million fewer young people near in employment nor in education and training across the EU. Youth unemployment has dropped to a record low of 14.9% by February 2020, where weeks before pandemic-related lockdown were put in place across Europe. Throughout the improvement economic context, uncertainty plays the role. Okay. So potentially some of the initiatives by the government and how government is looking to structure it, creating those opportunities for over 24 million young people who were once registered in EU guarantee scheme started in offer of employment, continuing education, apprenticeships and training. So perhaps a lot of people can register and those opportunities would be created. And then taking a look at the job center in UK, perhaps some of those systems can be used as example, right? Let's close on that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.